have awesome news, friends. Many Americans can now apply for additional crisis relief assistance this year. The Biden administration has confirmed that hundreds of billions of dollars are being put towards more financial aid for the American people. New checks worth up to $500 have just been approved. Friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for joining me here every day when I post a video, I'm giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. During the months of October, November, and December, I will be giving away surprise $200 gift cards to those of you that have been in this community for several months. Friends, I know right now can be a very difficult time for many, and I'm committed to supporting all of you as much as possible.
This morning, we received data that highlights once again the failure of the Biden administration to provide for our economy, to provide for the economic well-being of America. At home in Pennsylvania, I've heard stories of parents unable to afford back-to-school clothes and supplies for their children, and patients unable to afford the gas to put in their cars to drive to doctor's appointments. These problems are fruits from the same poisonous tree. Reckless government spending has sent prices skyrocketing across our economy. Instead of addressing this cause, liberals continue to double down by passing their so-called Inflation Reduction Act, while the Congressional Budget Office now reports that this act will increase our deficit through 2026. The fact is simple. President Biden has proven that he is unable to stop the runaway inflation that has raised the cost of housing, raised the cost of groceries, and continues to affect energy sources throughout America. The answer to this crisis will not be found in more government handouts. Now, more than ever, we need to stop the inflation that is crippling our economy and hurting Pennsylvania and all American families. Thank you.
Many Virginia residents may receive a check in the mail or money deposited into their bank accounts if they're eligible for this year's one-time tax rebate. The rebate is part of a bipartisan plan passed through the state budget in this year's General Assembly session. The Virginia Department of Taxation's website lists more information regarding those rebate payments for all eligible taxpayers. According to the website, not all taxpayers will qualify for this. State officials have said if you had a tax liability last year, you would receive up to $250 if you filed individually, and up to $500 if you filed jointly. Virginia's tax commissioner said that the rebates would start to be issued for all returns that were filed by September 5th. The plan is to issue 250,000 refunds daily over the course of the program through the end of the year. The state expects to issue about 3.2 million one-time tax rebates. Officials anticipate sending roughly 1.3 million rebates through direct deposits and 1.9 million rebate checks. So friends, this is wonderful news. Also, the application for President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan is expected to go live as soon as this week. Announced in late August, the plan will deliver federal student loan forgiveness to millions of low and middle income borrowers. The Congressional Budget Office said in a report released last week that the student loan cancellation may come at a price of $400 billion, but noted that those estimates are still highly uncertain. The Biden administration argues that the cost estimate should be viewed over a 30-year time period and came out with its own analysis 2 days later. It said that the program will cost an average of $30 billion per year over the next decade and $379 billion over the course of the program. Individuals who earn less than $125,000 in either 2020 or 2021 and married couples or heads of households who made less than $250,000 annually in those years will see up to $10,000 of their federal student loan debt forgiven. If a qualifying borrower also received a federal Pell Grant while enrolled in college, the individual is eligible for up to $20,000 of debt forgiveness. Facing mounting legal challenges to the student loan forgiveness policy, the Biden administration announced some last-minute changes to the program last week. Borrowers are still awaiting final details on the policy. The Department of Education updates the federal student aid website with information on the forgiveness program. And recently, the department confirmed that borrowers will have more than a year to apply. The deadline will be December 2023. The Biden administration scaled back eligibility for the program last week as it faces mounting legal challenges to the policy. The program will now exclude borrowers whose federal student loans are guaranteed by the government but held by private lenders. The administration has said that the change could affect about 700,000 people. The Department of Education initially said that these loans, many of which were made under the former Federal Family Education Loan Program and Federal Perkins Loan Program, would be eligible for the one-time forgiveness action as long as a borrower consolidated his or her debt into the Federal Direct Loan Program. But the agency has reversed course after 6 Republican-led states sued the Biden administration, arguing that forgiving the privately held loans would financially hurt states and student loan servicers. The White House clarified last week that borrowers will be able to opt out if they do not want to receive the debt forgiveness. So friends, what are your thoughts on this? Do you agree or disagree with federal student loan forgiveness? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my amazing and beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this morning. Thank you so much for joining me here every day when I post a video. Remember, friends, I'll be announcing a winner for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure you enter as many keywords of any video of mine that you watch in the comment section below, and do stay tuned for that video. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and blessed day.
Senator Moran serves as our ranking member at the Veterans Affairs Committee, and we appreciate his leadership as we all seek to honor that service and to fulfill the obligation that this great nation has made to our veterans, who don't shrink from service, who don't pass the blame. They get up every day and they execute on their mission. And I think it's important for each and every one of us to remember that our service should do honor to the service and the sacrifice that they have made. Now, Madam President, for about the past year, our current president, President Biden, and many of the Democrats in the House and the Senate, where the Democrats are in charge of each of those chambers, they have spent a great deal of time blaming everyone but themselves for the historic levels of inflation that have ruined the economy and made the American people very nervous about what 2 more years of this Build Back Broke agenda would mean for them. I've said before that Tennesseans feel like they have no idea who is in control in this country over in the White House, or indeed if anyone over at the White House is in control in this country. And if you look at all the various characters featured in Biden's inflation blame game, you might be tempted to think that Biden himself is wondering the very same thing. Who is in control? Who is calling the shots? But the truth is, Madam President, that no one in the White House is confused or shocked by how bad things have gotten. They know exactly how we got here because they did it, because every step they took along the way was a deliberate attempt to reject common sense and manipulate the people into accepting a radical economic agenda. Well, in July of last year, President Biden insisted that inflation was transitory, and that if